Hello and welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. Right into the articles. Vechain partners with consulting giant Grant Thornton Cypress. And the enterprise blockchain platform Vechain says it's teaming up with accounting and consulting giant Grant Thornton Cypress to bring advanced DLT solutions to a wide range of industries. And in a press release, Vechain said the partnership will allow the clients of Grant Thornton Cypress, including companies operating in the pharmaceutical, logistics, food, automotive industries, and others, to tap into Vechain's blockchain-based platform. So that's going to be a huge partnership. I want to thank ECK Crypto King for the content, for tagging me in that so I could share. And into the next article, former governor of Reserve Bank of India voices his concerns about central bank digital currencies. And do you trust the central bank as much, with details on every transaction you make? Should the government know, is the question. And the beauty of the cash in our hands is that it's anonymous. Even if you're not doing something illegal, you don't want the government seeing everything you do. So let's get into a little bit more of this article. Unlike popular cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, CBDCs, as the name suggests, are issued directly by the central bank. Vechain explains that there are two types of digital CBDCs, the hybrid or indirect ones that are issued by central banks, through other banking institutions, and centralized ones that are issued directly to consumers. The disintermediation of the banking system is also a major concern for CBDCs as major countries rush to adopt them. The ability of commercial banks to issue deposits will become more fragile. However, he also notes that China's much-awaited DCEP, which is already leading the race to digitization, will opt for the hybrid approach. And we're going to get into that a little bit more, actually. Bitcoin and Libra. Speaking of Libra, Facebook's controversial stablecoin that ruffled the feathers of a myriad of politicians and regulators around the globe back in 2019, Vechain says that its value will be preserved by central banks. On the other hand, Libra is an attempt to create a currency which is used for transacting, and that the whole idea is not to hold it as a speculative asset which increases in value, but use it for transactions. So the ultimate underlying value is going to be from the central banks, and they're going to preserve the value, not of Libra, but of what Libra can be exchanged into. And he claims that the worry with Libra was that in the stablecoin's early forms back in April, Libra revamped its design by creating stablecoins backed by different fiat currency instead of creating one synthetic cryptocurrency. It was very ambitious in what it wanted to do, but very vague in what its safety precautions would be, and that worries central bankers tremendously. All right, in the next article, I'm going to explain really quick and brief what the hybrid blockchain really means. It's the best of both public and private blockchain. And what are hybrid blockchains? They lie between private and public blockchains. It enjoys features of both private and public blockchain. Therefore, understanding of hybrid blockchains, first, understand the differences between private and public blockchains. For this, refer to their blog, and the link is here if you're further interested. As the name suggests, public blockchains are accessible to and managed by the public, and anyone can take part in the prolongation and governance of the blockchain. The most famous blockchain in the world, Bitcoin, is a public blockchain, and participators are rewarded in the form of block rewards. And since millions of users control a public blockchain across the world in real time, achieving consensus for a public blockchain is time-consuming and extravagant. And hybrid blockchains in the real world, one of the superior hybrid blockchain platforms, XinFin, has evolved a unique network for Ramco systems for the management of supply chain logistics. XinFin completed its ICO earlier this year and had since developed its public-private blockchain on Ethereum and Quorum blockchain. There are many advantages to using a hybrid blockchain, like the speed of private blockchains integrate with the security of public blockchains. The private blockchain is used to generate a hash of transactions, which is after verified using the public blockchain. And one more real-world application of hybrid blockchains comprehend the Ripple network and the XRP token. Ripple has been regularly deprecated for its centralized nodes, which can arbitrate transactions in the case of a disruption. But by adding a public blockchain to endorse the operations of its private blockchain, it can make the network much more secure for its users. And even though we mentioned those, I'm going to bring up a couple of different hybrid blockchains. Another hybrid blockchain we have here is the Vechain blockchain, and also the supply chain called the Vechain Thor blockchain. And then we have also, again, as we mentioned earlier, the Ripple blockchain using its XRP. Then here we have XinFin XDC hybrid blockchain network. Then we have here, Stellar is an open source distributed hybrid blockchain that connects people and businesses to a global payment system fast and at a very low cost. So those are very exciting as it continues to bring up the hybrid technology being a great part of the new financial system. Next article we have is Ripple competing with existing money transfer agents, IMF. In its August report, which focuses on how innovative technologies are affecting the financial sector, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, recognized Ripple as one of the very few new players that are challenging the establishment payment infrastructure. Some new platforms aim to compete with payment systems such as TCH, ACH, TCH, RTP, and the Fedwire Funds service, which are only accessible by banks. For example, RippleNet provides the software and the rulebook for a transfer mechanism, whereas financial intermediaries function as nodes and may partake in the consensus mechanism. The IMF notes that Ripple, along with Facebook's blockchain project Calibra and Circle's Center Consortium, is aiming to compete with existing payment solutions. And this sets it apart from popular payment gateways such as PayPal and Square that are merely complementing existing money transfer agents with their services. And again, remember, if you're holding one of the hybrid assets, for example, like the Vechain, the Ripple XLM from Stellar, and the XinFin digital assets, you're probably going to be pretty secure, as we've shown over and over again, even since last year, that the new financial system is very favorable towards the actual hybrid digital assets, as they can go, as we've just explained, for public and for private blockchains, which is very useful for a new system to be able to be interoperable and integrated into both systems. And so again, there you have it. When you've been here too long and you know that XRP used to be called Ripples, so it still sticks in your head from time to time, and I may call XRP Ripple, but luckily I caught this one in time to say your investment in XRP. And as I personally hold all of those hybrids, and I'm very excited with them and their ecosystems, I believe that if you have the courage and the patience to hold and hodl strong, then you will reap the rewards of your ROI, the return of your investment. And this video was a little bit challenging as we had a storm and we dropped out 3 times having to redo this video, but it is crossing the finish line is all that matters. So I'm going to leave you with a final thought. You can never cross the ocean until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. And if you do very much offshore fishing, you know the truth in that. But again, guys, remember, this is not financial advice. It is for entertainment purposes only. Much love to each and every one of you. And we will catch you in the next one.